Podcast. I'm Lillian Cotter, and I'm so excited to have you here today to talk about some tools that can help make thought leadership easier and better. So today we are going to be talking about only 3 of my favorite tools because I have so very many that I love so much, but I actually have an article that you can find either on my website or on my LinkedIn about around 9 total of my favorite tools. But today we're going to really focus on 3 because they are the ones that I find most impactful, specifically when you are trying to write more content for LinkedIn. So the very first tool that I'm going to be talking about is one that I am fully obsessed with and completely reliant on, which is Grammarly. Grammarly is a spelling and grammar tool. It has a really great free version, or for around $12 a month, you can get their premium version. It scans all of your text and gives you grammar tips as well as checks for spelling mistakes. It is one of the best tools that I found. I find it to be much better than Word or any of the other kind of built-in tools that other platforms have, because not only does Grammarly capture mistakes that are made like you did a typo, but instead it also captures things like you're using the wrong version of to, or you need a comma here because that means this, or if you don't put a comma there, that means this. If you have the premium version, it will also tell you about the tone that you have. So it'll say this comes across in this way. So this comes across as very professional. This comes across as very apologetic. This comes across as very ambitious. Whatever those are, it can capture kind of some of that. Hey, just so you know, this is how it's going to read to someone else. So if you're maybe using an overly formal tone when you're trying to write to somebody who you have more of a relationship with, or vice versa, if something sounds really casual and you need it to sound professional, it can capture some of those things there. It is also really great because it has a Chrome extension and as well as an Outlook extension, so that you can utilize that both in your Google Docs, in your Word documents, in any of your emails, as well as on LinkedIn. So if you are putting your article directly into LinkedIn, you can utilize it there. Another one of my favorite tools that, again, has a free version and has a paid for version is Canva. Canva is an incredibly easy to use design tool. So if you are familiar with PowerPoint or Word, you are going to be able to use Canva. It has really similar tools there. It also has a ton of tutorials. There are a million tutorials that people have done individually, as well as the tutorials that Canva has for themselves. It is absolutely a design tool that is meant to be used by a non-designer. So they have a ton of templates. They have a bunch of stock images. They have a lot of other things that are really, really helpful and very, very easy to access. So that is one of the best ways to kind of add what I always refer to as marketing touches to your pieces. So if you're looking to add some visuals to break up an article, or you're looking to create a cover image for your LinkedIn article, that is one of the best ways to move forward with that. Additionally, you can add a brand kit. So if you have your colors and your logos, you can put all of that in there and rebrand templates really quickly to your design, so it looks like yours and not exactly like it came directly out of the box. There is a ton more things I could talk about with Canva, but I think that would end up being its own article. So I am going to move on from that. Well, maybe if that's something people are interested in, let me know, and I will do a whole episode or a whole video on Canva and how and when and why I use it. The last tool that I'm going to be talking about today is Buffer. So Buffer is actually a social scheduler. There are a ton of other options similar to that. There are things like you might have heard of Hootsuite or Sprout Social, almost an endless number. I think Buffer is a great tool because it allows you to use up to 3 social platforms at no cost, which if you're just getting into doing social media, maybe that's your personal LinkedIn profile, your business's LinkedIn profile, and your Instagram or your Twitter or whatever that third channel is that you are using. So LinkedIn or Buffer is a great tool that works really well with LinkedIn. It is free, again, if you are using those two different options, so it doesn't have a massive jump when you start to pay for it. So I believe the lowest cost option is around $15 a month, making it something where if you're utilizing it a lot, if it's something that you find really helpful, you can do more things there. So the very basic premise, in case you're not familiar with a social scheduler, is that you can go in and write your social media posts in advance. So if you have some old blogs that you want to post, or you find a really cool news article, you can do like all of your social media for the next week in advance. It can be a huge lifesaver, particularly when you get to those really busy times and you notice that you have forgotten to post anything. Having a tool like Buffer can be really, really helpful. Those, like I said, are just 3 of my very favorite tools for social media content, but I like to try to keep these quick and bite-sized. So if you are looking for more information, you can find that on my LinkedIn profile at Lillian Cotter, or you can find it on the Lillian Link LinkedIn page or on my website, lillianlink.com. I am also across all the other social channels. You can subscribe on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.